I say, hey, yo, this is such a lovely day, yo. Nothing's in it.
Hello, Simon.
Good morning.
How are you?
Yeah, all good, thanks.
Wanting to catch up with you because Hissy Fit went in the water yesterday. Exciting moment in our year.
What a glorious day. It was wonderful sunshine, a little bit of a northerly breeze, and not many boats on the river. So it's good to get out there early on and get ready for the season ahead. Plans for the season ahead? Pretty similar to most years really, a bit of racing. Not quite as much cruising as I'd like to do, but we try and find a balance. Local racing starts off with the Saltash Spring Series, Saturday afternoons, then pints of beer back at the club at £2 a pint. What can be wrong with that? Live music. Then the first May Bank Holiday weekend is the Royal Western Triangle Race. Definitely one of our long-term favourites. Down to Falmouth first, then moving up to Foy and back to Plymouth over 3 days. Usually have 10 to 12 multi-hulls entered in that, so great opportunity to meet up with friends and have a beer. So then we've got the Yelm Yacht Club Three Creeks Race, which is a running and sailing event. There are prizes for the crews that do. Every member of the crew competes on the running and the sailing, but unfortunately, someone's going to stay on board Hissy Fit and take care of her, and I'm not sure I trust anyone else, so that's me off for the running.
Keep the beers cold. And swimming in this year's race?
I don't know actually, I haven't looked to see what this year's. They normally try and introduce a new twist to it every year. Last year there was a row across the River Dart, which we didn't do very well at, so we definitely need to, if that's on the agenda, we need to improve that. But maybe there's swimming, who knows? You won't be there to film us this year, Oriel, because you'll be up at the boat show, won't you?
Yeah.
South Coast Boat Show, Ocean Village.
New boat show.
17th, 19th of
17th
May?
to the 19th, yes. Same weekend as the Three Creeks, yes. But we'll be there with Slinky Malinky.
Yeah, that's great. You and Darren are going to take that one up, and I'll be staying down the West Country. Following that, we've got the Mockra Nationals, organised by the Royal Western Yacht Club. That's the end of May, 4 days racing, and it's also part of the Mockra 50th anniversary celebrations this year. So we've got a few different parties lined up. There's going to be one in Burnham, one at Bembridge, and down in Plymouth as well. Following that, we move on to the Round the Island race in June, then the Rourke Cows Dinar Saint Malo race, and pop back home from there, which just leaves the Fastnet. It's the final big race of the year in August.
In the last Fastnet, 2017, Hissy Fit came first in class. This year, I think there are going to be record numbers of Dazcats. Have you had 4 Dazcats in the Fastnet previously?
Well, I've heard a rumour there might be 5, but there might be 5 Dazcats, 4 or 5 Dazcats, and a bunch of trimarans. I'm sure there'll be some French boats, but I reckon that there might be 12 or 15 multi-hulls. There's a possibility of that happening. Unfortunately, we don't at this point know who's actually racing. They don't release the entries straight away. But yeah, I reckon it'll be a good race.
Good one to watch.
And we've got Apollo and Slinky Malinky and Hissy Fit, who are all very similar speeds, and I think there'll be a good ding-dong there.
I'm really looking forward to it. So Hissy Fit has been out of the water at the Multi-Hull Centre Yard over the winter. Presumably you've been preparing her in different ways for the coming season, because she had a hard year last year, didn't she? Do you know how many thousand miles she sailed?
I don't off the top of my head, but I mean, the Round Britain's a 2,000 odd mile trip. The log was showing 10,000 before we did the Round Britain, so I'm kind of thinking we've probably done about 12,500 miles on Hissy Fit now in the last 4 years.
Okay.
Doesn't sound that much. I mean, you hear about lots of boats with 50s and...
Well, considering that you haven't crossed any oceans or anything, it's a fair bit of sailing, really, up and down the coast for the most part. The odd foray around Britain. So, did she need a load of work doing over the winter?
We did the usual winter jobs, anode changing, scrubbing the bottom, new boot top, checking through some lines, some of the halyards were starting to show some wear, so we've replaced some of those and end-for-ended them, trying to get the most out of our ropes. And then, engines, giving them a good looking over, introduce some improvements there. What we did do was decide to keep our little additions that we put on the back of the boat last year. So
Sorry, when did you put them on the boat last year?
Last October, I think. So we introduced a T-foil onto the rudders.
Okay.
And we used it a few times, and so far quite encouraged how it's going. The idea is to reduce the pitch of the boat, and if we can stop the mast thrashing around so much, then hopefully that will allow the boat to drive a bit faster. There's a bit of a penalty on the Mokka rating for introducing those, so we've taken that. That gets taken into consideration to try and keep things all equal. But as a cruising boat, it should improve the ride slightly. Is what we're looking to explore. So
you're looking for greater comfort as a result.
That's hopefully one of the byproducts of being able to go faster. Might just be a little bit more comfortable as well.
Okay.
They are early days, and we'll see how it goes.
So really you only tried them out during the autumn series, so within the Sound last year, is that right?
Yeah, and predominantly fairly light winds. They didn't seem to slow us down any, which is good, because that was one of the areas of concern, was whether they'd have a detrimental effect on light wind performance. We had one trip along the coast, but that was flat water. And again, at higher speed, they seem to work well. But what we didn't get a chance to was go chonking away upwind in a bigger sea, and also running down with spinnaker to make sure they haven't got any vices with them. But
So watch this space.
Absolutely.
And it's quite brave of you in some ways, Simon. We know that you like winning races, so setting off into your season with an unknown attached to Hissy Fit.
It's thankfully it's not a completely unknown. We did carry out those few tests, but I like my racing, but I also like to develop things, and that's part of what we've done over the years, is to find newer, better ways to build the boats, the way they sail, the way they handle. We're always looking to improve things, so it's only a natural thing to be doing.
Excellent. Well, I hope they work out and we don't see her being hastily hoisted back out of the water to remove them.
Who knows?
Who knows, yes.
Well, just another year. We're hoping there's a little bit more wind than there was for the bulk of our racing last year. Hoping we're not having to take the oars anywhere with us this year. I haven't got Matt with me this year. He's mainly sailing on Slinky Malinky.
All right, Simon, thanks very much, and we'll look forward to seeing Hissy Fit out on the water.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll be sending some live feeds, live posts, video, social media. It's all coming for 2019.
Yeah,
watch the Dazcat space.